Hey beautiful freedivers of the world, today I'm going to be reviewing a new freediving specific wetsuit from Orca. The Orca Zen is a one-piece 2mm wetsuit made from Yamamoto 39 neoprene. The Orca Zen appeared around the end of May along with its companion wetsuit, the Orca Mantra. I believe this is the second official freediving line from Orca. The Zen and the Mantra are the successors to the Free and the Breathe, which themselves were evolutions of various designs made in collaboration with William Trubridge. Full disclosure, Orca sent this wetsuit to me for testing, but as I told them, and I promised to you, this is going to be a no bullshit review of the product, so let's see how it fared in testing. I previously owned the Breathe. That wetsuit was designed more for kind of a regular, intensive training, but also very good for performance freediving as well. I really loved that wetsuit. I absolutely wore it to death and it held up really well over the couple of years that I owned it. I especially loved the more durable materials, the red patches on the shoulders and the arms. That really helped the wetsuit to hold up over the time with all the tugging and yanking that I did on it. So I was really excited to try out the Zen and see how far the wetsuit had come along. Let's talk about the price first. I see it retailing online for about 460 euros, around 490 US dollars. That is a solid chunk of cash to be forking out on a piece of neoprene. But I do appreciate that, and I think unlike many other wetsuit manufacturers who are perhaps producing suits for similar or even higher prices, especially the custom suits, Orca is a company with a long history, very high production standards, and a research and development department, and a lot of fancy pants people walking around who know how to use CAD programs and things like that. However, I do think 500 United States dollars is a bit too much for a simple wetsuit like this. I understand the research and development that's gone into the suit, but it's a lot of money to fork out on one thickness of neoprene that is machine made. Orca is a top name brand renowned for their quality, so I understand that there's going to be a higher price attached to these wetsuits. But I'm only going to give the price a 7.5 out of 10 because I feel that for me personally, it's a little bit too much to stretch. Would I actually buy this wetsuit for myself? I'm not 100% sure about that. I eagerly got inside. Inside the main box was an even smaller, stylish box with the Orca logo. Very nice. I opened that up and inside we found the suit. The suit was nicely protected in there, surrounded by paper. The suit came with nice shiny tags befitting of a product manufactured by a stylish company like Orca, and their suits even come with a little set of soft white gloves in their own package. The gloves are meant to be worn when putting on the suit to prevent tears from clumsy nails and fingers. I took out the suit and checked for any immediately obvious quality issues and couldn't find anything. That was exactly as I'd expected. I'd had an Orca wetsuit before and I remember being very impressed by the material quality and the stitching and the seams and everything like that. So overall, very professional packaging and a pleasure to unbox, so I'll give them 9 out of 10 for that. As you can see, the wetsuit is a sleek one-piece design. Now, although I believe Orca wetsuits have one of the coolest wetsuit aesthetics on the market, I dig the designs on most of their triathlon suits, and I thought the previous freediving line of the Breathe and the Free were very cool looking suits. I really enjoyed the Breathe. I loved that deep red highlight on the arms and the kind of the Maori designs until they turned pink through the sun exposure, but that was my fault because I didn't look after the suit properly. I personally don't find the patterning on the Zen's arms all that cool. I think it looks a little bit silly, more like a child's drawing of spaghetti than something that invokes calm and spiritual equanimity. But I'm a very fickle person, subject to strange moods and likes and dislikes, and I'm completely aware that a whole bunch of people out there think the wetsuit is cool as f***. It's not that I don't like the wetsuit, it's just that I don't like the design a lot. And I'm sure you can make up your own mind about whether this is a good looking suit or not. What's important is that the suit has many more redeeming qualities than negative ones, and apart from the spaghetti look on the arms, I think the suit is very sleek and professional looking. I think the Orca logo is very beautiful and minimal, and I think the details of the text and the other material details on the suit are really nice to look at. A great feature of the suit is this ultimate seal collar. It's kind of a separate collar attachment that comes from the back of the wetsuit over the head before you zip the wetsuit up. In my opinion, it's a really nice looking wetsuit in all regards, with the exception of the design on the arms, so I'm only scoring it a 7 out of 5 out of 10 based on my personal tastes, but I imagine many of you out there will like it more than me. Okay, let's talk about the build quality and the materials. The wetsuit is made all over from Yamamoto 39 neoprene. There is no doubt that this is a material suitable for high performance wetsuits. This wetsuit has Hydrolite technology, which is supposed to make the suit easier to put on and take off. I personally found it a little bit difficult to put on, but that may be a combination of the fact that I chose a little bit too small of a size, and also that the suit was absolutely brand new. So who knows? It's definitely possible to put it on, but it wasn't super easy when I first got the suit. This suit also has glued blind stitching, which according to srface.com means seams are constructed by first gluing the edges of the neoprene panels together to prevent water entering the wetsuit. Thereafter, the seams are blind stitched together on one or both sides of the neoprene panels, depending on the neoprene thickness and construction. Blind stitching offers additional strength. The needle doesn't penetrate the neoprene completely. Now that all sounds really good and fancy, and to be honest, I have to say, like, I really find the quality of the seams and the stitching, which is, if there's stitching, I can't see a single sign of stitching. It looks absolutely fantastic. It feels fantastic. There is a solid sense that this suit is made to last, and the quality is absolutely top notch. Absolutely no complaints about this. I've had 4 custom wetsuits made in the past, a couple from very big name brands and one from not such a big name brand. All of those wetsuits had some kind of fatal flaw, fatal design or manufacturing flaw, and they just kind of fell apart, and very disappointingly. So what I really love about this wetsuit is just how solid and well constructed it feels, and that's probably one of the main benefits of actually, if you are especially if you're a newer or intermediate level freediver, what the hell, whatever kind of freediver you are, if you can find a suit that you like, even if it's not a custom suit, go for the machine-made suit, because the machine-made suit is probably more likely to actually be of a higher durability and quality than a suit that is put together and stitched by somebody who's doing it more by hand. So the build quality of this suit is really good and exactly what I expected from Orca. The zip and seams and the collar and logos and the lining all just feel premium. We'll see how it holds up over time, but I'm going to give this suit a solid 9 out of 10. One fair warning: if you have never owned a smooth skin wetsuit made from, for example, Yamamoto 39 or 40, fair warning, it is very, very fragile material. All it takes is the slightest scratch or the slightest little rub up against some rough material to damage the wetsuit. That is just the nature of the material itself. It's not a reflection of the quality of the wetsuit manufacturing. For example, after a few days, I started to notice that there were some small tears and scratches appearing under the arm. I know exactly why this happened. At the time, I was teaching a lot. Every day I was going out to a distant mooring spot, swimming out with my arm over the buoy on top of other equipment. This is exactly why I usually wear a t-shirt over smooth skin wetsuits to prevent any damage to the wetsuit when I am snorkeling out to a diving location. But in this case, I didn't wear a t-shirt because I wanted to get some footage of the wetsuit in the water, and that's what happened. It just took a couple of days, a couple of rides on the buoy to get some damage. So fair warning, neoprene is very, very fragile. You have to look after it if you want it to last. Fit and sizing. According to Orca, the wetsuit is designed to feel like a second skin. Its elastic properties improve its fit so that you can get the most out of your dives, ensuring minimal water entry and preventing water pockets from forming. Honestly, it fits quite well, but not perfect. But the reason for that, I think, is that Previously, I had chosen the MT design, which is made for slightly more slender and taller individuals, and I am a slender, taller individual. At the time of choosing the size, I think I was about 5 kilos heavier compared to when I came back from Dahab, and I was 5 kilos lighter and actually in better shape. And I did notice that the arms and the legs were a little bit short for me, and I really had to kind of pull the wetsuit legs right up into my nether region to get it to feel comfortable around the legs and the waist. But yeah, this is not really a problem with the suit itself. This is just more that I should have chosen the MT design like I did in the past. So I would just say you should make sure to choose the size very carefully. Use the extensive fitting guide on the website. Actually measure the different body parts in the fitting guide and make sure you get it exactly right. The suit feels absolutely fine when it's on. It feels a little bit tight, but it is brand new. What I know about these kinds of suits is that you need to wear them for a solid few sessions before they start to loosen up into your body shape. Maybe 15-20 good sessions in the water and the suit is going to start to fit even better than when you first put it on. It might feel a little bit constrictive. There are no gaps or baggy parts. There are no loose sections. There are no places where water pools inside the suit. So I'm going to give the size and fitting an 8 out of 10. Once the suit is on, it feels pretty good. So how does the Orca Zen actually perform? Well, once you're in this suit, you feel like a bit of a badass. You feel a little bit like, you know, it's got a bit of a comic book, Marvel superhero kind of look, and it feels really good. This is a suit that I foresee myself using almost exclusively for CNF and perhaps also sometimes in the pool, as it's only a 2mm design. Although I think the pool freedivers would also really like from Orca that they produce an even thinner and more mobile wetsuit, and perhaps we're going to see that down the line at some point. I didn't have a huge amount of time to test out the suit. I did go out for several sessions in the suit. I tried all the different disciplines, especially with CNF. Of course, I just love the freedom that you have on a suit like this. It feels really good. Even if you have absolutely shit CNF like me, you still feel like you're doing something very athletic and impressive. And this is a suit that I'm going to be wearing for my future CNF training, as long as the temperature permits. I honestly can't wait to get this suit back into the blue hole when I return to Egypt in March. It's without having to go out in the currents and the long swims and everything like that. Just be able to put the suit on, drop into the water and do my deep dives, my deep CNF dives. I really can't wait for that. So I'll definitely give you an update on how the suit is performing when that happens. I'm going to give this suit a 9 out of 10 for performance. Although I'm only diving around 50 meters in CNF, I can't claim to review the suit from an elite level of performance. I still think it just feels like a second skin. It feels absolutely fantastic to do CNF in it. And as long as the water temperature permits, I love the freedom to perform in this suit in any other discipline too. So to conclude this review, of course, I'm going to give the suit a thumbs up. I really like the suit. I think it's definitely an amazing freediving wetsuit. I'm not sure about the price. I think it's a little bit steep. But if you can afford it, why not? I think that freediving doesn't quite fit into the family of sports yet. It's a little bit like the unwanted stepchild of the sporting family, and people haven't really learned to appreciate it and understand its genius yet. And on top of that, what I'm saying is that I think that it would be nice to see in the future from an amazing company like Orca a little bit more variety in the suits for freediving. Some two-piece suits, suits with hoods, suits designed specifically for the pool, and so forth. And hopefully that the interest in freediving will continue to increase enough that Orca is inspired to bring these additions into the freediving wetsuit family. So I really hope to see some more freediving wetsuits from Orca in the future. I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10 for the review. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the review, please subscribe to the channel and do all that notification thing, ding, ding, ding. And thanks for watching, and dive safe.